The most absurd airline passenger complaints. Airlines serve millions of passengers every year, and most complaints are perfectly reasonable delays, lost baggage, service problems. But there are complaints that make you question humanity's common sense. Here are real complaints that somehow landed on customer service desks. 1. Complaint about weather control. I chose the 3 p.m. flight because the forecast promised sunshine. We arrived rain. I demand a refund for failing to deliver on the weather promise. The passenger sent weather forecast screenshots as proof of contract violation. Demanded contact information for the airline's meteorology department. When told no such department exists, threatened to sue for meteorological negligence. Review. Flew to the beach. They brought rain. 1 star. 2. Complaint about missing weightlessness. Passenger after first flight. Where's the weightlessness? I still feel my weight. Paid for flight. Got a bus with wings. Showed video of astronauts on ISS. See? They're floating. I was glued to my seat. Demanded a reflight with real weightlessness or a $20,000 refund. Argument. Astronauts get weightlessness for free. I paid and got nothing. 3. Debate about clouds dialogue with flight attendant Jennifer. Why aren't we flying above the clouds so it doesn't shake? Ma'am, we're already above the clouds. Lies! I see clouds in the window. Those are clouds higher than us. Then fly above those. We're at maximum altitude. Why did you buy such a low airplane? The argument lasted 20 minutes. After landing, the woman wrote a petition. Airlines deliberately fly low, so passengers suffer from turbulence. Collected 3 signatures at the airport. 4. Complaint about rude pilot. Why didn't the pilot wave at me through the window? That's disrespectful. Addition. I stood at the window for 5 minutes waving. He deliberately ignored me. Bus drivers always wave back. Suggested turning the pilot's seat 180 for better customer contact. Airline rating. 25. Technically good, but arrogant pilot. 5. Demand to inspect engines. Passenger didn't believe the engines were real. Demanded to see them before takeoff. I want to inspect the engines. That's impossible for security reasons. I can open my car's hood. A plane isn't a car. So you're hiding that the engines are fake. Wrote a complaint about information concealment. Agreed to fly only after viewing photos of this specific plane's engines. Filmed the engine through the window the entire flight for expert analysis. 6. Lost time departure, NYC 10 a.m. Arrival, LA 1 p.m. 3-hour time difference. Complaint. I lost 3 hours. I demand compensation 150 hour 3, 450. Attached. Evidence. Departure. 10 Jiao. Landing 1 Jiao. Flight 5 hours. 1:103. Simple math. Didn't believe in time zones. That's a tourist gimmick. Time is the same everywhere. Airlines just spin the clocks. Sent a link to a conspiracy theory about airline time fraud. 7. Dirty window entry from complaint book. Window dirty. I spit on the glass and wiped with my sleeve. Didn't help. The dirt was outside. How was I supposed to reach it? The passenger actually spit on the window. Others complained, then demanded a cloth and cleaning solution for the outside. Suggested, open the door for a second. I'll wipe it quick. Photographed a tiny spot, zoomed in 10x, attached to complaint. Demanded a free ticket with clean windows. 8. Bluetooth in clouds. Woman demanded to connect headphones to clouds. Clouds are electric, lightning, so they must have Bluetooth. Flight attendant Brian explained for 15 minutes that clouds are water vapor and lightning is static electricity unrelated to Bluetooth. Response. Then why aren't clouds in airplane mode? They interfere with Wi-Fi. Wrote a complaint about clouds' technical backwardness. 9. U-turn for phone call to call center from the plane. I forgot my phone at the airport. Turn the plane around. Sir, you're airborne. We can't turn the flight around. Why? I always turn around in my car. This is a plane, not a car. Airplane discrimination. Threatened lawsuit for denial of basic U-turn service. Argument. If Ubers turn around at customer request, why can't planes? 10. Demand for instruments in seat email to airline. I demand a speedometer, altimeter, barometer, GPS navigator, and fuel gauge installed in every seat. I have the right to know flight parameters every second. Attached blueprints of ideal passenger instrument panel. When refused, accuse the company of information discrimination. Pilots see everything, we're blind. Created change. Org petition. Instruments for the people. 12 signatures. 11. Complaint about gravity. The entire flight. I was pressed into my seat by some force. The stewardess said, gravity. But I paid for flight in the sky, not for gravity. Demanded either turning off gravity or refunding the gravity portion of the ticket price, approximately 30. Sent calculations. Ticket 300. Gravity occupies 100 of flight time, but I didn't pay for it. Refund 90. Argument: space tourism provides weightlessness. Why can't regular airlines? 12. Seatbelt for suitcase dialogue at check-in desk with Agent Michael. Where's the seatbelt for my suitcase? Your suitcase will be in the cargo hold. So what? It can also get hurt in a crash. Baggage is secured with special nets. That's not a seatbelt. I demand a child seat for my suitcase. Brought his own car child seat and tried to secure it on the adjacent seat with the suitcase in it. When prohibited, wrote a complaint. Double standards. People are buckled. Belongings aren't. Baggage discrimination. 13. Boring scenery. The scenery outside didn't change for 2 hours. Just clouds. Where's the variety? I demand a partial refund for a boring route. Passenger expected scenery changes every 15 minutes. Suggested, have the pilot fly zigzag between interesting places, not straight on a boring route. Left review. Views 210. Saw only clouds and sky. Monotonous. 14. Searching for pedals. Entry from complaint book. Couldn't find gas and brake pedals from my seat. How am I supposed to control speed? Unsafe. Passenger actually searched for pedals under his seat. Asked neighbors. Do you have pedals? Called flight attendant. They gave me an incomplete seat. When explained passengers don't control the plane, got upset. What if the pilot falls asleep? Who will brake? 15. Earth's rotation. If Earth rotates at 1,000 miles per toisme, why doesn't the plane just stay in place until the right city comes underneath? Passenger insisted pilots waste fuel. His plan: take off vertically, hover for 3 hours, Earth turns, land, 100 savings. Sent a diagram in paint. Didn't believe explanations about atmosphere. Atmosphere is an oil lobby excuse. 16. Twitter, battle passenger. Rage, flew your flight. Saw another plane. Why didn't you pass it? Your pilots are cowards? Airline USA. Planes fly at different flight levels per safety regulations. Passenger rage. Excuses. Roads have rules too, but everyone passes. Airline USA. The sky has a different system. Passenger rage. Never flying again. Slow. Retired pilot afraid to speed up. Thread got 5K views. Other users mocked the author. He deleted his account. 17. Philosophy of flight email. The entire flight I sat. Like on a bus. What did I pay $400 for? Where's the promised flight? Expected soaring, levitation, feeling of freedom. Got a seat in a tube. Suggestion: make transparent floors so it at least feels like flying. Final verdict: flight is marketing lies. It's just a high-altitude bus. 18. Fight for window dialogue at 35,000 feet. Can I open the window? It's hot. No, windows don't open. Why? Depressurization at 35,000 feet. My car windows open at 80 MIP. A plane isn't a car. Then I demand compensation for stuffiness. Wrote in complaint, windows are decorative, non-functional, consumer fraud. Demanded 25 discount for non-working windows. 19 screaming into the void, caps lock to tech support. Why doesn't the plane have wipers on passenger side windows? Clarification in next email. Icy drops on the glass. They block the view? Give me a wiper button. Didn't believe it was condensation from inside? Wipe the window with napkins the entire flight. Review? Windows fog up, no wipers. 0 aerodynamics, 310. 20. Road signs in sky official complaint. Didn't see a single road sign in the sky. How do pilots navigate without signs? Demanded explanation for lack of markings, traffic lights, and speed limit signs. Suggested, hang signs on clouds saying Moscow 500 kilometers for convenience. Didn't accept GPS explanations. GPS can break. Need to duplicate with signs. 21. Magnetic levitation. Father explained to son that plane stays up on magnets. Flight attendant corrected lift force of wings. Complaint. Your employee undermined my parental authority and spread disinformation about magnetic levitation. Demanded public apology and compensation for emotional damage to the child. Threatened lawsuit for interference in family upbringing. 22. SMS panic. Passenger. I'm in a cloud, can't see anything, help. Support. Sir, it's temporary. We'll exit soon. Passenger. How long do we have to sit here? Support. 30 seconds have passed. Passenger. I demand compensation for emotional distress. Support. We're already out of the cloud. Passenger. Still writing a complaint. That was hell. Later sent an invoice for $500 for psychological trauma from 40 seconds in a cloud. 23. Window thermodynamics. Passenger pressed hand to window. Glass is cold. Turn on window heating or I'll freeze. Cabin temperature, +73 F. Outside temperature, 58 F. Flight attendant explained physics. Response, I don't care. My car has heated windows. Why not here? Left review, windows aren't heated. Can get frostbite, dangerous. 24. Personal parking dialogue in business class with manager Matt. Where's my personal parking spot for the plane? Sir, planes don't have individual parking. My Mercedes has one. I'm paying for business class. Those are different things. I want to speak to the airport owner. Later sent a personal gates for VIP clients project demanding consideration. Threatened to switch to competitors who value clients. 25. Ignoring protocol. The pilot didn't personally greet each passenger at boarding. That's rudeness and disrespect. Passenger referenced buses and taxis. Drivers always say hello. Suggested implementing a rule. Pilot stands by the stairs and shakes hands with everyone boarding. It's basic courtesy. Didn't accept time-loading arguments. Ship captains always greeted passengers. 26. Traffic rules in sky email from engineer. Didn't find turn signals on the plane. How does the pilot show maneuvers to other planes? That's a traffic violation. Attached excerpts from traffic rules about mandatory turn signals. Demanded orange blinkers installed on wings. Didn't believe in aviation regulations. Traffic rules are universal for all vehicles. 27. GPS versus map. Navigator showed curved flight path, but I drew a straight line on the map. Pilot can't fly straight. Passenger took a ruler, drew a straight line from point A to point B on a paper map, compared with arc on GPS screen. Conclusion. Pilot is drunk or incompetent. Didn't accept spherical Earth explanations. Map is flat, so Earth is flat. Wake up. 28. Wings under threat. Call to call center. Why aren't there seatbelts for the wings? Excuse me? Wings are wobbling. I saw. They'll fall off. That's aeroelasticity. Normal phenomenon. I don't care what it's called. Tie down the wings. Client hung up. Later sent video of wing flexing in turbulence. Title, Proof of Negligence. Demanded inspection of all wing bolts with my participation. 29. Instagram clouds. Clouds, too white and boring. Want pink ones like on Instagram. Refund for low-quality clouds. Attached screenshots of beautiful sunsets from social media, compared with his photos of white clouds. Conclusion, I was deceived. Demanded either a sunset flight or refund of visual portion of ticket 40. Argument, you advertise beautiful views but deliver ordinary ones. 30. Perspective and distance. Saw another plane tiny through window, so it's for kids. Why are adults put in children's planes? Didn't understand perspective concept. Insisted, Small children's. Big adult. Logic. Demanded checking that plane's license. Children's planes shouldn't fly high. Final. Unsafe toys in the air. 31. Subway and Sky email from logistics expert. If you remove seats and board everyone standing like in Subway, plane gets lighter and flies faster. Why not implement? Greed. Attached calculations. 200 seated 35,000 lbs of seats. Remove seats, 30 fuel savings. Suggested standing tickets with 50 discount. Got offended at refusal. Airlines don't want innovation. 32. Competitive intelligence. Flew your flight, saw a Delta plane in adjacent corridor. It was higher. So they're better. I demand flying higher than everyone. Took photo of plane above. Measured on screen. They're 2 centimeters higher. Wrote, I don't pay money to fly lower than competitors. Demanded guarantees. Will only fly if you're higher than all other airlines. 33. Relativistic physics. If plane flies 500 millimeters east and Earth rotates 1,000 millimeters east, we're flying backward at 500 millimeters. Refund the return ticket. Passenger sent formulas. Demanded recalculation. You owe me a ticket, I carried you backward. Didn't accept frame of reference explanations. Physics lies. I calculated myself. Conclusion. Science is airline conspiracy. 34. Legal absurdity. Letter from lawyer. My client expected flight to feel magical and airy, not like sitting in a metal tube. Experience was too airplane-like. We demand $10,000 for expectation mismatch. Addition. Also demand investment in teleportation or portals modern transportation without outdated planes. Attached. Expert opinion from client's 12-year-old nephew, who knows sci-fi. 35. Smoking stops. Woman expected plane to land midway. Long-distance buses always make stops. Asked every 30 minutes, stop soon? Flight attendant explained no stops. Response, what if I need bathroom? Bathroom on board. What about smoking? Smoking prohibited. Smoker discrimination. Demanded refund for inhumane transportation conditions. 36. Parking by stairs. Where's my parking near the stairs? I have grade 3 disability. Passenger wanted to park his Dodge right by the plane. Tarmac explanations didn't help. Discrimination against people with disabilities. Threatened government complaint. Demanded designated spot. No more than 30 feet from stairs. 37. Musical accompaniment. No epic music played during takeoff. Felt deceived. Takeoff was unmusical. Expected orchestra or at least recording. Suggestion. Play Hans Zimmer during takeoff for entire cabin. Headphones suggestion didn't work. It should be a shared emotion, like in movies. Review. Takeoff 310. Technically took off but 0 atmosphere. 38. U-turn for phone call from 30,000 feet. I forgot my phone. Turn the plane around. Sir, we can't turn the flight around. Ubers always turn around. This is a plane with 200 passengers. Let the rest wait. I'm VIP. Threatened lawsuit for denial of customer service. Argument, customer is always right. I want to go back. Left 1 star. Inflexible, won't accommodate. 39. Dashboard for the people. I demand speedometer, altimeter, barometer, and fuel gauge in every seat. Attached CAD blueprints of People's Instrument Panel. Justified. Pilots see everything, we nothing, information slavery. Created change. Org petition. Equal instrument rights. Got 12 signatures. Final. Demand legally mandating airlines for flight data transparency. 40. Time zones are conspiracy. Lost 4 hours flying east. I demand 5,000 hour for 20,000. Didn't believe in time zones. It's a scam for tourists. Time is same everywhere. Sent conspiracy theory link. Airlines spin clocks to deceive. Demanded time compensation. Final. You don't believe me because you don't understand time yourself. Will contact physicists. 41. Child seat for suitcase. Dialogue. Where's seatbelt for my baggage? It's in cargo hold, secured with nets. That's not a belt. I want child seat for suitcase. Brought car child seat. Tried installing on adjacent seat. Bought ticket for it. Seat didn't fit. Scandal. Complaint. Double standards. People buckled. Belongings aren't. 42. Passenger pedals. Couldn't find gas and brake pedals at my seat. How to control speed? Actually searched for pedals under seat. Asked neighbors, called flight attendant. My seat is incomplete. After explanations, what if pilot sleeps? Who'll control? Demanded spare pedals, just in case. Final. Irresponsibility. No passenger control. 43. Fuel economy. Why doesn't plane hover in place while Earth rotates? You're wasting fuel. Passenger's plan. Vertical takeoff. Hover 3 hours. Earth spins. Land. 100 savings. Scent paint diagram. Didn't believe atmosphere explanations. Atmosphere rotates with Earth? Prove it. Conclusion. Oil lobby hide in truth. 44. Passing in sky Twitter. Sky Rager. Saw another plane. Didn't pass. Pilots cowards. Fly USA. Flight level separation per safety rules. Sky Rager. Excuses. Roads have rules. Everyone passes. Fly USA. Air traffic regulations. Sky Rager. Retired pilot afraid of speed. 1 star. 5K views. Thread became meme. Author deleted account from shame. 45. Ultimate complaint of the century official letter from lawyer. Client expected magical aerial experience. Got metal tube with seats. Flight was too airplane-like. We demand $10,000 compensation and teleportation investment. Addition. Demand legally banning outdated planes and mandating airlines develop portals within 5 years. Expert opinion from client's 12-year-old nephew. Star Wars has teleportation. Why don't we? Subscribe to learn more stories about people demanding to cancel laws of physics.